players in positions where they can make plays because the running game's just not getting it done so far. So if you can get the ball to Dykes with a pass, that could be an extreme advantage for you. There's pickup of a couple there for
Moser and Ryan Lewis. Ryan Lewis, a nice player as well. All these kids play awfully well. Very high level of football up here at Middletown High School. They started out last year 0-3, finished 6-4, which means they went 6-1 down the stretch. Right. They won their first 4 games this year. That means they're 10-1 over their last 11 games.
That's normal Middletown.
That's play. Middletown football. Third
down from the shotgun. Handoff to Dykes. And Brandon Dykes showing some power and good moves. And he appears to be a little bit short of the first down. Carried it.
Dykes a little slow getting up, but the good news for Brunswick is he does get up. Let's watch it again. Brandon doing a nice job of following his blockers, and in one case running over his blocker, but be that as it may, some positive yards. That's probably the Railroaders' best offensive play of the night.
It is, but it leads to another 4th down and a punting situation. That was a 10-yard gain by Dykes.
See what Boyle can do this time.
Boyle again, up to the 44-yard line. Boyle with a 9-yard return that time. Didn't get the Jets totally clicked on, but still a good return. He'll come off the field. The Knights offense back on at the 44-yard line. So this is the worst field position they've had in a while.
Yeah,
they started one drive at their own 20, but quickly moved up the field in a couple of plays to score. So they're dangerous from anywhere.
Well, that tells you how well they've dominated this game when their worst field position of the Knights at their 44. They have been very dominant.
They did start at the 20 once, but lately this is the worst, second worst field position of the game. Keeney breaks a tackle. He's loose down the sidelines, and Keeney shoved out at the 35-yard line. Another big gain for Keeney, 21 yards. And even with one sock down, he can still motor.
It would have been a lot more were it not for Matt Kuhn. Let's watch it again. There's the pitch. Harshman with the kick out block. Keeney rumbling, stumbling.
Even when you try to tackle him at the legs, yeah, he's hard to bring down.
He's very strong. Here's Kuhn's tackle that really stopped the bleeding, but Middletown, just as I mentioned earlier, not getting 1 and 2 and 3 yards a pop, Jeff. They're getting 5 and 6 and 8 and 12, and when they go to the air, even more. So their offense is really high octane here this evening. They came in here tonight averaging 38 points a game, and they are even ahead of schedule on that.
Anderson averaging over 100 yards passing a game, hasn't really had to throw much tonight. Hasn't needed to. Anderson deep down the middle looking for Moser. Off his hands inside the 5. That could have been a touchdown, but Moser just couldn't gather it in.
Well, just a tad off his hand, but what great blocking by the Middletown line. Holy moly.
Anderson pumped, and then finally threw it.
Chris had all day to throw. Look at the great blocking up front by Middletown. And this is a well-thrown ball, just about a half stride too much. Moser would have had another TD.
2nd down from the 36. Second quarter action. Middletown leads Brunswick 27-0. Keeney. And Keeney brought down after about a 4-yard gain. So a nice tackle by Wayne Toms, who had help from Jonathan Smothers.
And there is some good blocking at the point of attack for Middletown here tonight. Devin Bittner, another one of those big, strong seniors, 235 pounds in there, busting some chops. Middletown really playing well offensively here tonight.
They're down at about 6.
They haven't had many third down situations, have they? Doesn't seem like it anyway.
Harshman appended. Good tackle there by 42 Matt Kuhn. So we'll see what Tim Ambrose decides here. He has a good kicker in O'Leary, who has 1 field goal on the season.
This would be a
But it would be a long one.
long one. I think the Knights are probably going to go for this on 4th down.
Well, at the 28-yard line, so on 4th down and 2.5, they'll go for it.
This would be the first time Brunswick stopped them tonight, if they're able to.
Hartel on the move. 4th and 2 play. Keeney nearly tripped up. Keeney keeps going, and he should have the first down. It'll be close.
Yeah, let's see where they mark it.
Depending on the spot, but he is very close.
Might merit a measurement, Jeffrey.
Officials looking to see, and now they want the chain gang to come out.
Good effort by Keeney that time, and an excellent effort by the Railroaders to try to deny the first down.
Very close. I'll say he got it from the white line to the end of the football.
Well, there you have it. There's your call.
Stick will come down right on the white line of the football.
Which one? Front one?
The front one.
Okay. Let's see. He's up. He pulls.
Okay, wrong line, but
By
he did
the
get it.
length of the football. Watch it again. Keeney does a nice job to get this first down. He was almost tripped up there and almost tripped up there, but
looks like he did a lot of running, doesn't it?
it did.
To get that 2.5 yards.
And it was that last little effort on Josh's part that picked up the first down, as you saw, only by the length of the football.
And that was 4th down, so the Raiders would have stopped him there, but just short by about a foot. Anderson over the middle, wide open is Lewis. Lewis tripped up inside the 10. So Ryan Lewis, an 18-yard pass play from Anderson, and Anderson's been nearly perfect tonight. He's completed, it's at about 4 passes, and he already has 100 yards throwing.
Yeah, he's been on the money here this evening, and one of the reasons is because of the great protection up front.
But he threaded that one between a couple defenders.
He's got a very, very strong arm, Jeff.
Accurate, too.
Impressed with Chris last year, and boy, he looks even better this year, as you would expect as a senior.
1st and goal from the 8. Keeney dances through the D. Touchdown, Josh Keeney. He's unstoppable tonight. His 3rd TD of the game, 10th on the season. Middletown rolling 33-0. Wow. 5:48 still left in the 2nd quarter.
Wow. Josh Keeney, Chris Anderson, and that Middletown offensive line are putting on a show here this evening. It is showtime in Middletown.
So a 66-yard drive that time after a punt. And O'Leary makes it 34-0. And if Middletown can get a 35-point lead in the 2nd half, the clock will continue to roll.
How far was that TD run, Walk?
8 yards.
8 yards. So Keeney with his 3rd score of the game.
Keeney with runs of 1, 16, and this one from 8.
Let's watch it again. Keeney, he doesn't get hit. Well, he gets hit there, but he's past the line of scrimmage, and then got that little high step move down pretty good. He's had lots of practice here tonight, though, so well he should, huh?
10 TDs on the season in game 5. He's averaging over 2 TDs a game, because he still has more than half of this one left to get more.
I would suspicion that we'll see little, if any, of Josh Keeney and company in the 2nd half, provided Middletown gets up by that.
They'd probably like to get one more here before the close of the half.
If they could, yeah. It gives you the opportunity to play some of the reserves, gives them that valuable experience. We talked about this in the Urbana game last week. Urbana, one of the reasons for their success, I believe, over the past 3 years, this amazing win streak that they're in, is the fact that they had some big margins and allowed them to play some of the reserves and give them that valuable playing time and experience. Can't really do that in practice. It's something you get in the game.
Kyle Godwin.
Whoa, man.
And smothered. Number 57, Matt Staub. And Ryan Waltz.
Well, and that's really a good illustration of the overall and total dominance of Middletown here this evening. It's not just offense. It's not just defense. They've had great special teams on kick coverage, and John Boyle on returning punts have given them great field position. So Middletown, again, playing a superb game here this evening. Brunswick has really, I don't know that the Railers know what's hit them so far. They've been coming at them in waves.
Ball at the 21-yard line. First down for the Rotors. Their 6th possession. They punted 4 times and fumbled. Brandon Dykes will lose yardage. Hit in the backfield. It's Staub again. A 6-yard loss.
Matt's been very active here this evening. You see that tonight. Defense, 57 is Matt Staub, 72 is Ryan Cutsale. Just some real tough kids, and again, very well coached. Like to play D up here at Middletown.
Second down and about 16. A gain of a yard there for the Rotors. That was Aaron on the carry.
Adam Ellison in on the tackle from his backfield position. So sets up a third and a passing situation for a team that, well, frankly, doesn't like to throw the ball that much, Walk. They much prefer to grind it out and run it with those speedy backs.
Middletown only thrown it once or twice tonight. They keep it on the ground.
Wow.
Nowhere to go. Moser with the stick.
Yikes.
So not much there for Mike Aaron.
Yeah, look at 45 coming off the field. Moser. That's big time stick by the senior. Forces once again another punting situation, and Middletown has really profited by this evening, particularly John Boyle.
So Doug King to punt it. Boyle calls for the fair catch. So they'll have it in Brunswick territory. Ball at the 43-yard line of Brunswick. .351 left until the break. 34-0. It's been all Middletown tonight. Got a 20-0 lead after the first quarter. Keeney's added 2 touchdown runs, 2 of his 3 here in the second quarter. O'Leary with 4 extra point kicks. And the Knights are just on a roll. Timeout called by Brunswick. That's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
I'm not sure the Railers had enough players on the field that time, Jeff. And if I were Brunswick, if I were going to do anything, I'd try to sneak an extra player on the field, not one shy. I'm not totally sure that was a problem, but they had to call a timeout, and I think really they only had 10 guys on the field. So Brunswick having their difficulties here this evening, but I'm not sure that there's anybody around that wouldn't have had some difficulties against Middletown the way the Knights have played here tonight.
So the Rotors getting some instruction from the coaches.
It's Colin Epley getting the talking to along with the rest of the Railroader defense. Again, the head coach, Mark Mitchell. That's probably defensive coordinator Ken Lutz, if I had to guess, and trying to stop the bleeding against this surgical-like offense of Middletown.
Anderson to the air, completed to O'Leary, his first catch. He's out of bounds.
And O'Leary gets out of bounds and stops the clock. So, of course, Middletown, I believe, has their timeouts left if they so chose, but
still plenty of time for them, over 3 minutes.
Right.
They've scored on a couple of drives It hadn't taken very long at all to get the ball in the end zone.
No, they haven't. Again, because they've really eaten up yards in big chunks here tonight.
Anderson again to the air. Tosses in the flat to Moser, his 4th catch. And Moser is taken down after a first down catch inside the 30.
A clever move by Brooks Moser that time, shaking off the tackle. Let's watch it again. Chris Anderson, 3-step drop back, flips it out to Moser. And watch this little deke by Brooks. Here I am, there I go. Little 180 spin, picks up an extra 5, 6, 7 yards.
So Moser down at the 27, first down from there. A strike. Completed 88, Chris Linen.
Another strike by Anderson, 3 consecutive throws, all on the money. That time, little hitch, turn. And Linian with a nice grab. Again, off the bullet-like throw from Chris Anderson.
Second down and about 3. Anderson again to the air. Flings it outside to Moser. Moser clobbered at the 13-yard line, but he picked up the first down. Again, Balger on the stop.
Well, Middletown really, really playing well. Hartel, Dave Hartel that time cleared out on the left side. Moser circled under. Watch it again. See Hartel at the top of your screen, clears it out. There's a little square out by Moser, curls underneath, and again, Chris Anderson with plenty of time is on the money.
Anderson fires across the middle, completed to O'Leary. He surges forward, and he's a little bit short of the goal line.
I've lost track, Jeff. That's at least 5.
5 straight 6. On this drive.
Yeah.
Completed by the quarterback Anderson. It appears that they're working on the passing game, maybe a 2-minute drill or something.
Well, I think Chris has figured I'm not going to get a chance here in the 3rd quarter, so I better get my passes in here now. You think it's Zucchini time?
Maybe, unless they want to throw it in. I'm sure they can do it any way they want here. First and goal at the 1. Anderson will throw it.
The fade.
Touchdown. In the corner to David Hartel.
Nice catch.
A 1-yard pass play. 2nd TD passing for Anderson in the game. It's now 40-0.
Wow. Boy.
Yeah, I think they were just working on the passing on that drive.
I think they were, and I'd say they passed the test.
Yes, they did.
Holy moly. How many times do you see a high school quarterback come down, throw 6 straight completions, and just drive them down the field that way? What an effort.
Not very often. Still in a very economical drive. Still 2:02 left on the clock. 41-0 Middletown. O'Leary 5 extra points. He had 13 extra points coming into the game, or 15 extra points coming into the game, so he has a 1/3 of those tonight.
Let's watch it again. This is I believe, a little fade because Chris just drops straight back, throws to the corner of the end zone, and Dave Hartel makes his way there, and the ball comes down perfectly.
He just dropped that in so nicely.
They did. Right over A.J. Smothers into the hands of Dave Hartel, and the touchdown for the Middletown Knights. So it has been all Middletown here this evening, Bach.
Exclamation point on that. Knights have scored every time they've had the ball.
It's true. Brunswick's
punted every time and fumbled the first time they had it.
And I don't...
No first downs yet.
Right, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think this is just about, this is a...
perfect game?
Yeah, that's the analogy that comes to mind. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not just offense and defense. The special teams outside of the one
missed extra point.
Missed extra point on the, it looked like maybe an errant snap, the first point after the game. Other than that, this has been pretty much a picture-perfect game for Tim Ambrose Middletown Knights.
Godwin will kick it.
That could change quick with the speed of Brunswick.
Godwin, a very good kicker. Launched that one down to the 12. And the return by Mike Aaron. Fluke made the stop. So Brunswick will have it out past the 30.
Let's watch the return again. This looked like it had some possibilities, but ooh, now there's some popping. What was that, 57 for Middletown? That's Matt Staub. He seemingly has been all over the field tonight, and I didn't catch the Brunswick player, but they both came mano-mano that time.
24-yard return, the ball at the 36 for the Rotors. Dykes with about 5 yards on the play, but a penalty marker is down.
Well, it's in the backfield.
Maybe a hold.
And that vicinity where you think there could be a holding call. Tom Niswaner, the Dean of Officials in Frederick County.
Talking with Captain Chris Dillon about the options. It is holding against Brunswick declined. So they'll refuse the penalty, so give Dykes about a 5-yard gain. 4-yard gain out to the 40, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. So that's confidence in your defense when you decline a penalty after a 4-yard gain, one of the longest gains by Brunswick tonight.
Bring it on. That's what they're saying. Bring it on.
Bogger from the shotgun. Penalty markers down before the play's inception.
I think they're going to lose the 5 this time.
So good strategy there.
Well, everything else has been going well for them tonight. Oh, maybe not. That's Tom Niswaner, the man in the white hat. He is the commissioner of the Frederick County Football Association, and in addition to being one of the top officials in the area. So the guys in stripes are going to huddle together and make sure they get this one called correctly. And they're talking to Middletown, so I think the infraction goes against Brunswick, but...
Or are they still going back to the previous penalty? I don't know.
I don't know. Having quite a prolonged discussion. Holding
Brunswick.
There's a lot of discussion to get that play sorted out. I guess
I thought that was a pretty cut and dry play.
Yeah.
Holding.
Typically it is, but I'm sure there was maybe something a little special that was involved in that particular call. These guys in the county, the officials, do a wonderful job.
Oh, they do. Ball at the 24. Bogger flings it out, completes the pass. Some running room down the sideline for number 42, Matt Kuhn.
That is by far the biggest.
First down for the Rotors tonight. Kuhn with the first down out of the backfield.
This is good for Brunswick. Not anything fancy, just a toss to Matt Kuhn coming out of the backfield and or off the line, and Matt puts his head down there and bowls forward just enough for the first down. So that's a good confidence booster for Brunswick, because there has been very little that they could be excuse me, happy about here tonight.
Ball at the 46-yard line. Shotgun. Bogger sets up a time, intercepted by Brooks Moser. And Moser will go down at the 45-yard line of Brunswick.
Well, that's kind of the way it's been going for Brunswick and Middletown this evening. Danny Bogger goes over the middle. Don't know who he was looking to throw to, because it appeared there were more black-shirted Middletown Knights in the area than Brunswick Railroaders, and one of them being Brooks Moser, and we know he can catch.
Yes.
He's already caught a bunch of passes here tonight offensively, and now he picks up an INT.
Leading receiver in the county. First down from the 45. Still time for the Knights. Back to Keeney on the pitch. Keeney is upended.
Good stick.
Great tackle there by Toms.
Is that Toms or is that Bogger?
Number 15, Wayne Toms.
There you go.
So the Knights with 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think you got to hit Josh Keeney real low because you ain't going to take him down hitting him high, and most times you don't take him down hitting him low. So he's a tough guy to get down.
No gain for Keeney on that last play, down to 45 seconds on the clock. Anderson to the air. Incomplete. Ryan Lewis was the intended receiver.
I think Ryan maybe slipped that time, and I think Chris Anderson kind of shaking off his throwing hand. You see him there. I don't know if he hit somebody on the helmet or just got slapped or what, but looks like maybe hand got stung a little bit on that throw.
So a 3rd down and 10 for Middletown. They haven't had many of those situations. Keeney, first down and a lot of room to roll. 20, 10.
Wow.
So Keeney with a big run of 35 yards on a 3rd and 10. First down for Keeney, and he's got to be zeroing in on 100 yards for the night.
Oh boy, is he a quality runner or what? I mean, again, there's some good blocking, but a lot of this is Josh Keeney. He kind of senses where to go and makes people miss.
Look at the way he moves the hips to change direction.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to bring down, and then once you get a piece of him, he's
still can't bring him down.
Very strong as well.
Wow.
So got a great leg strength, I would guess, on the part of Josh Keeney.
Ball just outside the 10, so they can get a first down. Harshman rumbles forward down to the 7. Toms made the tackle. So a 3-yard gain by Harshman. It looked like a gaping hole, but it got filled quickly by Wayne Toms.
Scott's done great work here tonight blocking, and I'm sure the offense would like to get, and they're running out of time, but like to get Harshman into the end zone.
That's the end of the first half. Middletown with 3 touchdowns in each quarter, and the defense allowed Brunswick only 1 first down at the half. 41-0 Middletown. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Every time I'm in Frederick, I watch Sidelines with Jay Combs.
Picture this, the Richards triplets, all thinking about college, all dreaming big dreams. Can you picture it? I can. I'm a nationwide agent, and our life insurance and financial services can help the Richards protect their future and help fund college for their kids. Needless to say, that makes them 3 times as happy.
Nationwide, on your side. To improve the picture of your life, contact Bruce Finch and Sharon Davidson in Frederick and Chester Zintz Jr. in Thurmont.
Welcome back at halftime. 41-0. Middletown leads Brunswick. Set for the start of the 3rd quarter. It was all Middletown in the first half. Josh Keeney, 3 rushing touchdowns. And Chris Anderson, the QB, had a touchdown rushing and 2 touchdowns passing. But almost a perfect first half, Jay, for Middletown. Not just the offense, but in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, they pretty much ran the court on, or better put the field on the Brunswick Railroaders. Passing, running, defensively only gave up 1 first down, punt returns, kickoff coverage. Pretty much a perfect effort by Tim Ambrose Knights. And again, this is sometimes the score doesn't reflect the play. Right now at 41-0, that's a fairly accurate reproduction, if you would, of
that's what the difference
what's going on. Yeah.
So the Knights will get the ball to begin the second half. In the first half, Brunswick got the ball first, but fumbled on the first play from scrimmage. Then they punted their next 5 possessions. Finally got a first down on their last possession of the half, and then threw an interception on the next play.
And if there had been a little more time, or if that guy you're looking at right there, Tim Ambrose, had decided to do so, could have